Let's come on for a little bit. I reach home there. Hi Jenna. Let's run through the paper one with you all. And then I'll just run through some with you all, and then I will switch to the Zoom that's going on right now. Because I have a paper one marathon going on right now on Zoom. I will switch across to the after. How long are we staying on for? I'm gonna do this paper with you all, and then I'm gonna switch to I have a Zoom going on right now with a paper one marathon. I will switch to that with Miss Ottley, one of my maths teachers, and you can go through it. Let's take a look at these. Number 1, what is the value of the digit 2 in the number 48.620? So it's real simple, right? The amount of numbers after the point is the amount of zeros you're putting in the 100. This is 2023 Jan. So one number, that is 1 0, so this will be 6 over 10. Second number, so that will be 2 zeros, so that will be 2 over 100. The third number, that is 3 zeros, so that will be 1 over 1000. We'll be looking at the 2. So that will be 2 over 100, right? What percentage of 50 is 10? You take 10, you put it over 50, and you multiply it by 100. To change a number to a percentage, you multiply it by 100. Cross out that 0, cross out that 0. 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 100, 20. So the answer is 20%. Boom. Right? 0.02086 is written as, so they have 2.0806 by 10 to the power 2. That would move the point to the right, which is the wrong direction. Same thing with 20.806. That will move the point to the right again, which is the wrong direction, because we need to get it to the left. But by 10 to the power negative 2, we'll move the point to the left twice, which will get it exactly where we need it to be, 0.02. So the answer would be C. Right? So positive numbers will move the point to the right. Negative numbers, so the power of negative, will move the point to the left. We needed to move it to the left to make it 0.02. We needed to move it to the left twice, which is what happens here. 10 to the power negative 2. The point will move to the left twice, which will make it 0.02086. Number 4, ratios question. In a school, the ratio of a number of pupils to the number of teachers is 20 to 1. If the number of pupils is 840, how much teachers are there? So, the pupils will be 20, teachers will be 1. We're going to change this into a fraction. We're going to put the 1 as the numerator, and the denominator would be the two numbers combined. See what everybody's saying the answer already. And then you'll multiply this by 840. I was seeing everybody done calling out the answer. There's a 8. 21 into 21, 1. 21 into 840, 42. The answer will be B. We're going on. Good night, good night, good night. Let's do a little maths. And then I'm going to switch to the Zoom with the marathon. This is 2023. Let's see if they start back. Just in the way people want. So 100. Alright. Number 5. A bag of apples can be shared equally among either 6, 10, or 15 children. The minimum number of apples that is likely to be in the bag is, so they're asking for the lowest common multiple, right? So 6 could go into 30, 10 could go into 30, 15 could go into 30. And since 30 is smaller than 31, 60, and 90, I don't even have to check the others. I know 30 is the smallest out of all the options, and it works, so the answer is A. Number 6 now. If I just did this question, if 4.3 multiplied by 0.37 is 1.591, then 43 by 0.37 is, so let's see, to go from 4.3 to 43, I'll have to move this point to the left, to the right once, right? So I move the point to the right once, and then the 0.37 stays the same. So all I'm going to do is move this point to the right once as well. So that will be 15.91. Yeah, this is 2023 Jan. So the answer will be B. Number 6. Which of the following sets is defined by -2 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 4? A, 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's no -2 there. B, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's no -2. C, no -2, but D has everything, -2 all the way to 4. Food. Number 8 refers to the following Venn diagram, which shows two intersecting sets, P and Q. In the Venn diagram, the number of elements in P is 5, and the number of elements in Q is 9. And the number of elements in P union Q, don't ask me what P is, this is Jan 2023, is 10. So the number of elements in the shaded, so they want to know how much in P and Q intersecting, right? So it have 5 in N, and it have 9 in Q. So in total, that's 14, right? But they're saying P union Q is 10. So if I minus 10 from this, what remaining will be the amount that's in both P and Q, which is what we're looking for. What we're looking for, and the answer is 4. It's like a lyrical phenomenon. So the answer will be B. Alright, so I add the number of elements in N plus the number of elements in Q, which is 14. But some of the numbers will be double counted because some of the numbers are both in P and Q. So if P union Q is 10, to get the amount that's in P and Q, I subtract the 10 from the 14 that I calculated earlier. You feeling you cook tomorrow, Nag? You gonna cook, dog? You gonna cook? Have no fear. Number 9, the real repeat. And here's the thing, a lot of these questions is repeater. Every CXE subject questions is repeat. They want to know which of the following pairs of sets are example of disjointed sets. Disjointed sets are sets where none of the elements will be in the other element at all, will be in the other set at all. And that's A. There's no even number that's also an odd number. And there's no odd number that's also an even number. This exact question, word for word, there's rare repeat in maths. E. Number 10. All students in a class play Scrabble or checkers or both. So we're looking at a sets question here. If 36%, let me read it first. If 36% of students play Scrabble only and 16% of students play both Scrabble and checkers, what percentage of students play checkers but not Scrabble? And this is pretty straightforward, right? 36% play Scrabble only, and 16% play Scrabble and checkers. That adds up to 52. The remaining amount will be the ones who play checkers only. And since the total is 100%, 100 minus 52 will give you B48. Wait, TikTok didn't get a notification now, yeah? TikTok lapsing, man. So the answer will be B48. That wasn't even a sets question. That was barely a sets question. It was more maths, just common sense. Thanks to the follow. I say I'm willing to learn. That is the most important thing. I know how I feel what I name though. I know how I feel what I name. How I get 48? They say, so I'm gonna draw this set, right? Boom, boom. If it's one thing, I'm not an art teacher. So, blind, right? They say all the students in a class play Scrabble and checkers or both. If 36% of the students play Scrabble only, so let this be Scrabble, let this be checkers. They say 36% play Scrabble only, so that is this amount here. They play in Scrabble only. Then they say 16% of students play both Scrabble and checkers. That will be the intersecting area, right? Don't worry about the name, focus on the match right now, but your name worrying, bro. Your name is quite worrying. So the 16% to be here. So all we need to do is calculate how much will be here, which will be the remainder. The whole is 100%. This is 36%, this is 16%. When I add this together, I get 52. The remainder is what will make it 100%. 100% minus 52 is what gave me the 48. That's how I got the remainder to be 48%. Mumble, don't worry. Like I just supposed to ignore his name. You don't have a ignorable name, bro. How much are the papers? I now come on live. Number 11. Very concerning indeed. Refers to the following Venn diagram. Somebody say 11 is C. Like how they do this one already. Venn diagram, it shows two intersecting sets. The number of students in each set is indicated. So it have 5 that in H only, 2 that in both H and V, and 4 that in V only, right? You see in the Venn diagram, U is students who play games. H is this, you know, so everybody, people play games, right? So 3 of them, they know on that. H is students who play hockey. So that is 5 here. V is students who play volleyball. How many students play neither? How many students play either hockey or volleyball but not both? So these 5 here play hockey only. These 4 here play volleyball only. These 2 play both, so they're not a part of it. And these 3, them not no game thing. Them don't play no games. So just be the 5 and the 4, which adds up to 9. Food. Number 12. The set of 2-digit positive integers that are divisible by 7 are an example of, and that would be, Herbert, I don't want to hear you talking about food. I don't want to know what is food for you, right? I don't want to know what is food for you. It's not B. It's not an infinite set. There is a limited amount of numbers that are divisible by 7. Right? There's a limited amount of 2-digit positive integers that are divisible by 7. So that will be a finite set. It's not infinite. I saw some people saying B. Alright? I'm trying. Number 13 now. Or do you understand? Or do you understand the 12, right? Well, how I get D, right? They say 2-digit positive integers. There's only so much 2-digit positive integers, and then there's only so much that are divisible by 7. So it's not an unlimited amount, right? Number 13 now. For every $100 sales or part thereof, a salesman is paid $10 as commission. $10, but hey, better than nothing, bro. Don't worry. If his sales for a particular month were 1,020, how much commission would he get? So from that 1,020, he's getting $10 commission. Let's see. Now, here's the thing. I seen you all saying 102, right? For every $100 sale or part thereof, he's getting $10 commission. So let's make it easy. Let me make it easy to help all you to understand, right? We're gonna separate that 1,000 from and the 20. So you'll have 1,000, and you'll separate the 20 from it, right? This first part easy for you all to understand. Every $100 sale, he gains $10. How much hundreds it have in 1,000? 10, right? It have 10 hundreds in 1,000. So he will get 10 by 10, which is $100, right? Now that $20 is part of 100. Remember they said every $100 sales or part thereof, he getting $10. So this $20, which is part of 100, is also gonna earn him a next $10. So in total, he's going to get $110. So the answer for this is going to be D. It's not as simple as just dividing 1,020 by 10. That's how some people got C. But that's not what it is. They said every $100 sales or part thereof, he's getting $10. So every time he sell $100 in sales or part of 100, he gets $10. So he sold 1,020. The first 1,000, he sold $100 in sales 10 times. Because 100 by 10 is 1,000, right? So that means 10 times he earned $10. 10 by 10 is $100. And then that $20 that he sold, that is part of 100. They said every part of $100 in sales is earning him $10. So that $20 extra that he earned, that he got in sales, is earning him a next $10. So in total, he would earn 100 plus that $10, $110. This is Jan 2023. I don't want to move on until everybody understand. Or you want me to go it over again? Let me know. Go it over again. Will this be uploaded on YouTube? No. But I have a marathon going on Zoom right now with my next maths teacher that started since 4. That will be uploaded on YouTube. I'm doing it again. Right. They said for every $100 sales or part thereof, the salesman is making $10. So if he had have a sale for $105, this would earn him $20. The first 100 in this 105 would earn him $10. And the next $5, which is part of 100, because they said part thereof, would earn him a next $10. So that would be $20 in total he earned. Alright? Even if it don't sell the full 100 in sales, but you sell part of it, it's earning you $10. That's what they're saying. So when they sold 1,020, the first 1,000, they getting $10 every time he sells 100, right? 1,000 divided by 100 is 10, which means he got $100 sales 10 times, and each time that would have earned him $10. So 10 by 10 is $100 he earned there, right? Now he didn't sell 1,000, he sold 1,020. That $20, which is part of 100, part thereof, is also earning him $10. Even though it's not a full 100, because it's part of 100 and they said part thereof, that is earning him $10 as well. So that $20 extra above the 1,000 is earning him a next $10. Here it is, Jan 2023. So in total, the $1,000 would have earned him $100, and that $20 extra would earn him a next $10. So in total it would be $110. Right? It's really important to read the question carefully. Right? Because it didn't say to divide it by 100 or anything like that. They said every $100 sale or part thereof. If they didn't say the or part thereof, he would have just earned the $100. But because they said or part thereof, that $20 extra, which is part of 100, would have also earned them $10 in commission. Something about Herbert saying something easy. Just to feel right in my spirit. Let me stop reading too much into the messages. Huh? Number 14. The simple interest on $600 for T years at 5% per annum is 120. The value of T is, somebody hit me the formula. Somebody hit me the formula in the chat there. Somebody hit me the simple interest formula. Are we waiting? Yeah, the other answer was 110. Alright. I'll give you a hint. The answer is B. Somebody hit me the formula. Let me see now. Nobody could hit me the formula. No, see it. Principal by rate by time over 100. Thank you, dude. I believe in him. What's the principal? Which one is the principal? The 600? The rate is, and the time is T over 100 and that giving you 120. So all you're doing is making T the subject of the formula. So you're going to move everything that's on this side to the next side except T. You're leaving T there. When you move something from one side to the other side, it has to do the opposite of what it was doing before. So when I move this 100 to this side, right now it's dividing. If I move it across here, it has to multiply. This 6 and this 5 is multiplying, so when I move it to the next side, it has to divide. So I'll have T, because I'm moving everything to leave T by itself, is equal to 120. I'll move the 100 to the next side, so it's no longer dividing, it's multiplying. Multiply by 100. And that 60 and 5 was multiplying, so when I move it to the next side, it's dividing. Divided by 600 by 5. Simple as that. Don't overthink it. Why trainees always get the best teachers. Wow, I appreciate that. Right? But don't overthink it. It's as simple as that, right? They want to know the value of t, so you're just making the t the subject of the formula. You take everything that's on the side with t and move it to the next side. And when you move it to the next side, it does the opposite of what it was doing before. So this 100 was dividing, you move it across and multiplying. This 60 and 5 was multiplying, and move it across, the dividing. And that is how we get b, right? 100 by 120, 120 by 100, same thing, over 60 by 5. Over 60 by 5. Make sure you know your formulas. I mean, to all this up here, to be fair. But to have, you know how your simple interest formula, right? So make sure you know that, please. Number 15. Yes, we cooking that we talk about. This same question or similarly worded questions like this come often, right? At a bank, $2.60 EC is equivalent to 1 US, right? For every 1 US exchanged, 10 EC is deducted as an exchange tax. How many EC dollars will Leon receive if he changes 1,000 US? Right. So firstly, I see somebody saying C, 2,500, right? Or they're cooking. You all are correct. Anybody in chat could tell me how you get C? Or you're just remembering from past questions you'd have done. Alright. So there's two ways you could do it, right? You could multiply 2.6 by $1, which will give you 2.6 by 1,000, sorry, which will give you 2,600. And then for every $1 exchange is 10, you have to pay 10 EC, right? So since it's 1,000, you can multiply 1,000 by 10 cents, which is 100 EC, and then you can minus it, and that will give you 2,500. That's one way you could do it. Or you could just minus the 10 cents from this 2.6, which will give you 2.5, and multiply it by the 1,000. So I see both ways in the chart already. So there's two ways you could have done it, and you have gotten the same answer. Alright, if you don't understand the second way, and you need to do it the long way, do it the long way. If 1 US equals $2.60 EC, then 1,000 US would equal 1,000 multiplied by 2.6. If you need to do it the long way, do it the long way. Nothing wrong with that, right? Which is 2,600. And then you calculate how much you have to deduct. For every $1 US, you have to pay 10 cents EC. So since the 1,000 US, it will be 1,000 by 10 cents, which is 100. And you deduct it, and you get 25. If you need to do it like that, do it like that. If you understand that you could just minus the 10 cents from the $2.60 and multiply it by the 1,000 and get the same answer, do it like that. It's whoever works for you. You're getting the same mark either way. Number 16, a calculator which is marked at $1.20 is sold for cash at a discount of 30%, right? How much change would Susan receive if she pays for the calculator with a $100 bill? So the first thing you have to do is calculate how much it's going to be sold for, and then deduct that from the 100. So it's 120, it's sold for 30% discount. Let's calculate the discount. 120 over 1 multiply by 30 over 100 Let's cross out some zeros. Boom, 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 boom. 12 by 3 is 36. So it's the discount. So you're gonna be paying 120 minus 36, which will give you $84. If you pay with $100 bill, you'll get 100, take away 84, which will give you 16. I don't think I'd already working for that, right? 100 minus 84, and you'll get A, which is 16. Number 17. A man pays 60 cents for every 200 meters cube of gas used, plus a fixed charge. If he pays $178.75 when he uses 55,000 meters cube of gas, how much is the fixed charge? So the first thing we're going to do, somebody say C. Number 17, no, it's not C or D. Somebody say the answer there. The answer would be A. Let's see. What we're going to do is calculate how much you would pay for the meters, right? Every 200 meters paying 60 cents. So what I'm going to do is calculate how many times he drove 200 meters. If you use 55,000 to calculate how much times you drove 200 meters, I'm going to divide that by 200 meters. Let's cross out some zeros. Bam, 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 bam. So that leaves us with 550 divided by 2. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 550, 275. So he drove 200 meters 275 times. Let's see how much that charge would be. That would be 275 multiplied by 60 cents, 0.6. And what I would do, I would move this point to the left once and then multiply 275 by 6, which will give me 1,650, and then I'll move back the point, which will leave me with 165. So 275 by 0.6 is 165, right? What I paid, $178.75. So the difference between the two would be the fixed charge, because I would have paid this plus the fixed charge to get $178.75. So I'll take $178. I'm not posting this, but my maths teacher, Miss Ottley, who is really good, she is doing a Zoom class right now that started since 4. So they would have done a good bit of multiple choice questions. It's finishing at 10. I will be posting that recording. So 178.75 minus 165, and that would give me A, 13.75. Yes, it is $100 TT for the Zoom. I'm gonna be switching to that just now though, so you will get to follow. I am not sure. I kind of have something to do in a bit, so I stay on with you all as long as I could, and then I will just pull up the Zoom and let it run on the live, so you all could follow her class. Right? So either way, all you will get through. Number 18 now. A plot of land presently valued at 12,000 appreciates. Appreciates means it goes up in value at a rate of 2.5% per annum. What will be the value of the plot of land 1 year later. So all they know that you can calculate 2.5%. They just want to make sure that you know that you have to add in value. And I could tell you, and know that is what they wanted to know, because D is literally the only answer where it increases in value. So they're just really testing that if you know what appreciate means. Right? Do you have work past papers on YouTube? Yes, I do. Same Miss Ottley, who's doing the Zoom right now. There is a paper 1 maths marathon with her on my YouTube right now. Bally Tutor Professionals. But the one that she's doing on Zoom right now, I will also be posting when she's finished. Thanks for the follow. If you're not following yet, I appreciate the follows a lot. If you all don't mind. Alright, so they really just testing that you know what appreciate means. Because once you know what appreciate means, you don't have to calculate none of this. Because the D is the only one. Wow, there's a lot of follows. Thanks, guys. Big up all you. I appreciate that. D is the only one that is increasing in value. So you don't have to calculate nothing. I'm not going to waste my time with any calculations there. Number 19. A loan for $8,000 was paid back in 2 years in monthly payments of $400. The interest on the loan as a percentage was, so let's see, it's 2 years. What is Papa Laps? Like I should have skipped this one. Everybody seeing the answer is D, and you all are correct. Very good. Anybody want to see how they get D? You could tell me how they get D. Is it that they just remember the answer, or they was able to calculate it? Alright, I'll do it. So, somebody guess. Alright. So, it's 2 years, right? Monthly payments of $400 paid it off. There's 12 months in a year. So, 2 years would be 24 months. So, they would have paid $400 24 times, right? 400 by 24 will give me 4 4s are 16. Cross out the 6. Put it in. 4 2s are 8. Add the 1 outside. 9. Put them as zeros. So this would have given me $9,600. The loan was $8,000 and they paid $9,600 to pay it off. The difference between the $8,000 and the $9,600 is the interest they would have paid. So then minus $8,000 from it. The difference is the interest that they paid on the $8,000. $9,600 minus $8,000 is $1,600. So they paid $1,600 in interest. If I want to know what percentage that is now, I will take the $1,600 divided by the original amount or the principal, which was $8,000, and multiply it by 100 to change it into a percentage. Let's cross out some zeros. Boom, 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 boom. 8 into 8, 1. 8 into 16, 2. So that's a 2 with the 0. That's 20. So 8 into 8, 1. 8 into 1, 60, 20. 20 by 1, 20. That is how they got D. A lot of working, but so it does go with the maths paper one sometimes. So again, the $8,000 loan was paid back in full in 2 years of monthly installments of $400. 2 years of monthly installments will be 24 payments in all. 24 by 400 is $9,600. So they paid $9,600 in total to pay off the 8,000. The additional money they paid would have been the interest. So that $1,600 extra they paid would be the interest. So can you put the working on the paper itself? Of course. Alright? Alright. And what I did to calculate the percentage, I take the interest, which is 1,600, put it over the original amount and multiply it by 100. And that's how I get the 20%. Everybody follow, right? At least all your good memories, or you memorizing the answers. Yeah, is it yes, or you'll get your people to write on? Correct. Or your memory is real good. Number 20 is indeed B. But let's see if we could calculate it, right? An article bought for $125 was sold for $175. The profit as a percentage of the cost price is, so the profit would be the difference between 125 and 175, right? This is Jan 2023. The difference between 125 and 175 is 50. They want it as the cost price. The cost price is how much you paid for it, which is the 125. Alright, so minus. So I take 175 and minus the 125 to get the profit, the selling price minus the cost price. And then they wanted to know the profit as a percentage of cost. The cost is 125. So I take the 50 divided by the 125 and multiply that by 100. 50 into 50, 25 into 52, 25 into 125, 5, 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 100, 20, 2 by 20, 40%. That's how you get B. So I calculated the profit. I hate how we don't get to bring our calculator. It will kind of defeat the purpose. Maths, they testing the ability to do maths. The calculator will be doing the maths for you, so you wouldn't really be testing the ability fairly. Paper 2, they testing the ability to understand the problem and solve it. That is why you get to use the calculator. They use the calculator because they're not only testing the ability to do math. Alright, I can get disconnected for a second there. Am I back? Are you all am I back? Alright. The product of a number 2p over 3 and its reciprocal may be written as, how much questions gonna repeat, I think? If you do enough past papers, more than half. Nah, Jenna. You switch to your neighborhood. I hope your neighbor don't need life to see that. What you think? A, B, C, or D? Number 21. I see in B. I see in C. So they want to know if you know what the reciprocal is. The reciprocal is when you flip the fraction. And product means multiply. So the product of this and the reciprocal will be this multiplied by the reciprocal. The reciprocal will be this fraction flipped. So instead of 2p over 3, it will be 3 over 2p. So the product will be 2p over 3 multiply by 3 over 2p. And there's only one answer that says that. It's not D, because D is negative 3 over 2p. It's 2p over 3 multiplied by 3 over 2p. So when they say the reciprocal of a fraction, it's that, or the reciprocal of a number is just that number flipped. So the reciprocal of 4 will actually be 1 over 4. Because 4 as a fraction is 4 over 1. So the reciprocal of 4 will be 1 over 4. You're just taking the number and flipping it. The reciprocal of a half will be 2 over 1. The reciprocal of 3/4 will be 4 over 3. You just take the fraction and flip it. You all understand? If I'm going to post this, I don't know if I'm posting this because again I have a maths marathon going on and she is recording. And that started since 4. So there will be a lot of hours of maths. I may just post that one. It might be more helpful than this. You'll see. Number 22 now refers to the following diagram of a rectangle. 2 centimeters here, x minus 4 centimeters here. The area of the rectangle in cm squared is x squared. The equation that may be used to find the value of, so the area of a rectangle is length by width. So it's going to be this multiplied by this. If you look at A, it has 2 right outside the brackets of x minus 4. So is it true that July 31st you can pay to see your results? I don't know about that. I never hear anything about that journal. When there's no symbol or anything between the 2 and the bracket, between a number and a bracket, it's understood that there's multiply there. So 2 open brackets, x minus 4 close brackets is the same as 2 multiplied by x minus 4. And that's the formula for the area of a rectangle, length by width. So the answer has to be A. I'm not even going to bother looking at B, C, and D because I know they're wrong. Boom. In the exam, you also look at B, C, and D just in case, huh? I just playing gangster thing, but you'll make sure and look at all the options first. Number 23. Althea normally saves X dollars each month. I don't save no X. I don't save no X. Anyway, but in June, she saved $4 more than twice the usual amount. In June, she saved, so that means she saved $4 more than twice, right? So that will be X by 2 plus 4. $4 more than her usual amount. Alright, so let's see. A, no, that's 4 times the usual amount. B, no, that's 6 times the usual amount. C, no, because that is 2 times x, that's 2 times the amount, and plus 4, but that plus 4 is being multiplied by 2 as well, so that will actually be 4 2s are 8. So that will be 8 more than twice our usual amount. That can't be it. D is correct. 2x plus 4. This will be 2 times the original amount plus 4. So it's $4 more than 2 times the original amount. D. Number 24 now. Must need to understand his X not come up. Exactly, dog. Exactly, dog. Who save X's, boy? My girl ever let me save any one of my X's? Madness. Tell them call somebody else to be saved, huh? Anyway, if 3 plus x over 2 is equal to 1, find the value of x. Again, we making x the subject of the formula Not my x though. Anyway, let me stop there. We're making it the subject of the formula. So you're going to take everything that's on this side besides x and move it on the next side to leave x by itself. When you move stuff from one side to the next, it does, she don't want to be saved then, it does the opposite of what it was doing before. So when I move that 3 to the next side, it becomes negative 3. When I move the 2 to the next side, it becomes multiply by 2 instead of divide by 2. Alright. So let's do it. X will equal 1. When I move that 3 across, it becomes negative 3. And then when I move that 2 across, it becomes, because it was dividing, it becomes multiply. One minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 by 2, negative and a positive will give you a negative, will give you negative 4. So x will be equal to negative 4. All my x is negative for real. Number 25. 5 to the power of n plus 1 times 5 to the power of n plus 2 is equal to n and n, that's 2 n's, 2 plus 1, 3. So that will be 5 to the power of 2 n's plus 3. That is b. N by n is 2 n's, 2 plus 1 is 3. If a star b is equal to a squared plus b squared, then 3 star 4 star 2 is equal to, so the first thing we'll have to do is the 3 squared plus 4 squared, right? 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, 9 plus 16 is 25. So now we have 25 star 2, which will be 25 squared plus 2 squared. And that is where we have to stop calculating because that's the answer they have there, 8. Alright, so I did the 3 squared plus 4 squared, 3 3s are 9. What happened there? Oh, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, and I add them together, I get 25. Then I had to do the 25 star 2, which will be 25 squared plus 2 squared based on this formula here. And that is how we got A. So far we're cooking. Number 27. If A is equal to 0, then A is what type of matrix? I wish all this come back tomorrow. You never know. What type of matrix will this be? It is called a singular matrix. Anybody could tell me what a singular matrix is? Thank God. Right, it's a square matrix that determinant is equal to 0. And since it's equal to 0, since the determinant of A is 0, then it is a singular matrix. Somebody asked me to go over 26, please. Sure. So they said A star B is equal to A squared plus B squared. So they asked what 3 star 4 in brackets star 2 means. So I have to do the brackets first. 3 star 4 means 3 squared three squared. I'm going to write to the pencil. 3 squared plus 4 squared. I have to do what's in the brackets first, right? 3 3s are 9, so 3 squared is 9. 4 4s are 16, so 4 squared is 16. 9 plus 16 is 25. So now I work out what's in the brackets. I have to do, so 3 star 4 is 25. Now I have to do 25 star 4. According to this, a star b is a squared plus b squared. So 25 star 2, would be 25 squared plus 2 squared. Plus 2 squared. And I didn't have to calculate this because that is where the answer stopped. 25 squared plus 2 squared. Alright. Number 28. We have a matrix question. They want to know the order of the matrix. We have a row. We have 3 rows, and we have 4 columns. Alright, so it's always row, then column. Row, then column. Is row, then column. Row, then column. I hope you remember that for the exam, right? Row, then column. Row, then column. It's our 3 row, 4 column. 3 row, 4 column. So the answer would be C. Right? If this question come, I hope that song play in your head so you can remember which is which, right? It's row, then column. Row, then column. Row, then column. Row, then column. Right? Number 29. Alright. I'm going to be switching to the Zoom just now. But I'm going to do number 29. Alright. So just vibing. If the vectors P and Q are 3, 2, and negative 1, 4, then negative P minus 2Q will be what? Same people saying B. Same people saying B. I'm wondering how could this be? Because I know it is D. Big up me. Because the answer is D. Big up me. I can't give you the Zoom link. The Zoom is a paid class. So I can't give you the Zoom link. But big up me. But how did you get D? Can you explain how you get D? For extra points? Mimi? You can explain how you get D, or is it that you just remember the answer? Alright. Working it out as long. Okay. So negative P would be negative 3 over negative 2, right? Negative 3, negative 2, right? And 2q would be 2 by negative 1 is negative 2, 4 by 2 is 8. So negative q is negative 3 over negative 2, and negative p is negative 3 over negative 2, and 2q is negative 2 over 8. So negative p minus negative 2q will be equal to, let's see, negative 3 minus negative 2, which is the same as a negative is a positive. So that will be negative 3 plus 2, and then negative 2 minus 8. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. And negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10. So, big up me, the answer is D. I say big up me, because the answer is D. If I do make it as a teacher, or you know what career I'm going into. So I'm going up to, I'm going to do number 30 now, and then I'm going to switch to the Zoom with Miss Ottley, right? Miss Ottley is supposed to be finishing 10. Last time I see her go up until 12 and thing last year. I don't know if she's doing that this year, but I will leave the Zoom running with her teaching, right? Number 30 now. They have number 30 refers to the following diagram of a triangle OLM, in which R is the midpoint of OL. See exhibit A here, R, right? It said further, OR, O to R is 3A minus 2B. So only maths I just teach, or other subjects too. I actually teach POB, POA, Economics, Office Administration. Those are my 4 main subjects. I have other teachers for maths, English, social studies, chemistry, HSB, biology. Right? I used to teach maths before. Maths was actually the first subject I ever taught. But full time I teach business subjects. So what I normally do, I like to, for my company, I like teachers who teach subjects full time in secondary schools to work with me. So the maths teacher I have, she works in a secondary school where she teaches maths full time. So she does the maths class, not me. Right? It's just because I used to teach maths before, it was the first subject I ever taught. You know, could always brush off the cobwebs. And he told you a little something, right? But Miss Ottley is the maths teacher for Bally Tutor Professionals. That is the one who I'm going to swap to. Right, so they want LM expressed in terms AB. We know O to R is 3A minus 2B is the Zoom on live, but I am going to switch to the Zoom and just stay live, so you will see it, right? And O to the M is 2A plus 3B. So what does they want again? LM. So they want here element expressed in terms AB, that would be, alright, so I'm gonna give Ollie the answer, and I want to see if you all could tell me how I got the answer. And this is the last question. So let me see you. The answer, just I'm gonna calculate. The answer would be B. Let me see if anybody could tell me how I got B. Anybody could tell me how I got B? I'll give you 2 minutes. Try it. Intuition. What intuition, yes? I want more than intuition. I want more than intuition. Take one, yes? Again here. Well, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Somebody say 2b minus 3a plus 2a plus 2b. Alright. So OR so OL, right? So if R is the midpoint, right? OR, and OR is 3A minus 2B, right? Then OL is 2 ORs. Or in other words, 2 open brackets 3A minus 2B. Oh gosh, 3A minus 2B. So OL is 2 ORs, because remember OR is the midpoint. So this to this is 3A minus 2B, which means here to here, since that's the midpoint, is also 3A minus 2B. So the entire thing will be 3A minus 2B multiplied by 2. Alright, so this will give us 2 3s are 6, so that is 6A minus 4B, right? Now given that OM is 2A plus 3B, the vector LM will be OM take away OL. So the OM which is 2A plus 3B take away OL, which is 6A minus 4B. So LM, trying to get a little space to write it. Equal to 2A plus 3B minus open brackets, 6a minus, how much it was? 4b which will be equal to 2a minus 6a is minus 4a oh gosh, so it's plus 3b plus 4b is 7b so that is minus 4a plus 7b or 7b minus 4a, same thing, right? So what Anzi said is actually correct. So the answer would be B. Perhaps 10k likes, yes? I appreciate you. Alright guys. So I hope that was helpful. I am going to swap across to the Zoom now. And I'm gonna let you all follow with me, right? And you never type the right thing. First I try to type it fast. First you type the wrong thing. Anyway, the code, the password is invisible anyway.
By which
Recording
maps
in progress.
which A is mapped onto A prime, B prime is represented by, so we're looking,
B.
B as in boy, 2, 1, meaning we went 2 spaces to the right, 1 space up.
Alright guys, good luck.
Number 54. Item 54 refers to the following diagram. In the diagram, P, Q, and RS are parallel. Which of the following best describes the relations between P and Q?
A.
A. They are equal. All right. A ship sailed 8 kilometers due east from A to B. It then sailed 6 kilometers north to C. Which of the following best represents the path of the ship? So look at A. So I'll scroll down for you all to see all at the same time, one by one, okay? A, B, C, and D. C. the ship went east 8 kilometers from A to B. Then it went north 6 kilometers from B to C. All right, 56. All right, in each of the following diagrams, OA prime is the image of OA. Which of the diagrams shows a reflection in the y-axis? So look at A. Remember, we're looking for reflection in the y-axis, right? B, C, and D. Which of
B
those?
boy.
B as in boy. Right? Reflection in the y-axis would mean that my y-axis is my mirror line. In triangle ABC, angle A is x and angle B is 2x. What is the size of angle C?
D.
D. Item 54 refers to the diagram which shows an enlargement. In the diagram, triangle ABC is mapped onto a triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, where the origin is the center of enlargement. What is the scale factor of enlargement?
D.
D. Right? It is twice the size. Item 59 refers to the pair of similar triangles. So we are trying to find the length of MO in centimeters. Look at our two triangles.
3.5.
3.5, thank you. Item 60 refers to the right angle triangle. Which trigonometric ratio represents is equal to 4/8?
A.
Sine x.
A.
You're sure?
Yes.
Yes, that's the answer. All right, so another paper completed. How are we feeling?
Ready-ish.
Could be good.
I feel
This
like
paper,
normal.
you feeling?
Normal.
Okay. This paper had less repeated questions, but we still saw a few. All right. And even with the new questions, you all did well. So get some water. You'll have 5 minutes and we'll look at one more paper. Okay.
Recording stopped.
right, guys. So let us begin.
Recording in progress.
And we are looking at May
You-
2028.
What the hell?
What happened? Are you ready? First question. The number 3.14063 written correct to 3 decimal places is
B as in boy.
B as in boy. What percentage of 40 is 8?
20%.
20%. And this is a repeat question. We've seen it a lot already. Using the distributive property, 49 multiplied by 17 plus 49 multiplied by 3 is equal to
A.
A.
No.
the next term in the sequence.
C.
C, okay. 0.45 written as a fraction in its simplest form is
A.
A. A.
lovely. Let's see. Right. A certain amount of money is shared in the ratio 2 to 3 to 9. If the difference between the first and second shares is $40, what is the total amount of money shared? How much was shared? How do we find how much was shared?
Fine for one.
Finding for one. But we don't necessarily
One is
need
40.
1 is 40. It is there because the difference between the first and second share is 1, right?
So
And
40 by all the shares.
so 40 by the total amount of shares, which is
360.
14 shares.
14 shares.
D.
So 14 multiplied by 40 is D. Which of the following sets is equivalent to the set A, B, C, D? Do we
C.
know what are
C.
C? Right. Same number of elements. Item 8 refers to the Venn diagram. The shaded region represents
D.
D.
A.
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 Why is it A instead of the others?
Because
A not shit, where am I that's funny?
Miss
Because
Craig a flag thing like forget the name.
the
They say
first
Q.
is complement. So
Yeah.
that means everything except P, everything that is not in P. That is why the entire set P is not shaded, right? P complement everything else but that set. Okay? This question came already. Remember what the complement is. Right. Item 9. Item 9 refers to the Venn diagram. In the Venn diagram, U is the students who play games, H, students who play hockey, V, students who play volleyball. The number of students in each set is shown. We can see that. How many students do not play volleyball?
C. C. 8.
Look at the
B.
set properly. Wait,
B.
pause.
D.
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 E.
D. Answer is 8. Let us look at the set together. In the set V, which is volleyball, we have 2 and 4. They want us to know how many students do not play volleyball, which meaning that they are not in that set V. So we have 5 and we have 3, which would give us 8. Okay? Look at this, look at the Venn diagram properly. Number 10, if set Q has the elements A, B, C, how many subsets can be obtained from set Q?
C.
C. Remember, it is 2 to the power of the number of elements, and there are 3 elements in the set. Item 11 refers to the information on the description of 3 sets. P is the set of prime numbers, Q is the set of odd numbers, and R is the set of even numbers. Which of the following sets is an empty set? Someone is saying D. We agree with D? Yes, we agree with D because
Yeah.
Q intersect R, which is odd numbers intersect even numbers, is going to be empty. If P and Q are 2 sets where the number of elements in P union Q is 13 and the number of elements in P intersect Q is 16 and the number of elements in P is 9, how many do we have in Q?
B.
B.
Wait, miss, how did I walk in again?
How we do this working? Okay, let's find the pen. Right. So let's read over what they give us. They're telling us that the union of the 2 sets has 13 elements, right? And
Yeah.
the intersect of the 2 sets, so let me underline while I speak. Right. So the union of the 2 sets has 13 and the intersect of the 2 sets have 6. P has 9. How much does Q have? So we're trying to find for Q only, right? So we are going to say number of Q would be P, well, sorry, the number of elements in P subtract the number of elements in P intersect Q, right? So that is going to be 9 subtract 6 to give us 3. You all with me? And then if we know that out of that intersection in between P and Q, 6 elements they share, 3 of them are just for P alone. Well, Q alone. No, P alone. Sorry, this is P. 13 in total. 13 subtract 3, 10. This working will be different from the others that we did. This question is different. All right, a man's taxable income is 20,000. He pays tax at a rate of 28%. The amount of income tax he pays is, so what are we finding? We are finding 28% of the 20,000. Anybody has an answer for me? 28%.
Well, C.
Yes, the answer is C.
Miss B?
C. 28% of 20,000. So when you're working on screen, cross out of my zeros. So I am now multiplying 28 by 200. Bring down my 2 zeros. 28 by 2 is 56. My answer is C. Number 14, a man's basic wage for a 40-hour work week is $160. He is paid $5 per hour for overtime. If he works 6.5 hours overtime in a certain week, what is his wages?
D.
Which answer?
D.
D. All right. Do I need to do the working for this? Or are we okay on how we found D?
Yeah, miss.
All right. If TT $6 is equivalent to $1, then TT $15 in US dollars is
C. Tutor.
C.
C. $2.50. Without even calculating. If $1 is 1 US is $6 TT, then 2 US would be $12 TT. Right? And then between 12 and 15, I have $3, so that'll be 50 cents. The annual interest rate on a 15-year mortgage on a house assessed at a value of $450,000 is 5 cents on every dollar. What is interest paid on the mortgage for the first year? Pick apart the question. For the first year alone, not the 15 years we're calculating for the first year, right? But we are also paying 5 cents on each dollar. That's the tax we're paying. How do we calculate that? Anybody?
I don't know, miss.
Miss, we're going to divide
We have to take our amount that we're paying because we're paying on every dollar. So we are paying for each dollar of this $450,000 house, we are paying 5 cents. This is what we're multiplying. Right? We are multiplying that 450,000 by that 5 cents. Do we know how to, when we multiply it? So someone multiply it and tell me the answer.
B.
B. Right? In the previous question, they would have given us how much we were paying on each 100, things like that. So read your questions carefully. In this question, we are paying on 5 cents on every dollar. So for every dollar, we have to multiply it by the 5 cents. Okay, remember I told you all that this section, we need to read questions carefully. Number 17, Mary invested $200 for 5 years at 5% per annum. John invested $500 at the same rate. If they both received the same amount of money in simple interest, how many years did John invest his money? So this would be a two-part working question. We need to find out, firstly, what is the interest? And then use that interest amount to calculate the time for John. So let's calculate the interest using Mary's information. So we know that our interest is principal by rate by time over 100. So that's 200 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 over 100. Our interest is $50, right? So now let's calculate his time. So we know that the time is interest by 100 over principal by rate. So my interest is 50 multiplied by 100 over, he invested 500 at the same rate. So we're just canceling out, and he invested for 2 years to get the same amount of money. Are we okay?
Yep.
All right, number 18. A salesman sells a car at 11,000. He is paid a commission of 4.5% for the first 10,000 and 7.5% for the remainder. The commission he receives is, so you're working, this is also a two-part working question. We need to work out his commission on the first 10,000 and then add the commission on the remaining 1,000 at 7.5% to give us so we have 10,000, the first 10,000 at 4.5%. That would give us $450, right? And then we have the remaining 1,000 at 7.5%, which would give us $75. And then when we add it, we get $525. So his answer is B. Can you all see that?
Makes sense.
You all were calculating percentages so quickly just now. You all tired?
So it goes, it does start at 4.
A television set costs $350 cash. When bought on hire purchase, a deposit of $35 is required, followed by 12 monthly payments of $30. How much is saved by paying cash?
I'll even you all again.
45.
45.
$45.
D. All right. Mr. Jones bought a car for 64,000. The car depreciates by 20% in the first year and 10% each following year. What is the value of the car at the end of the second year? This is also a two-part question. Anybody have an answer for me? Let me give you all time to work it out. Sorry. Work it out and then let me know if you all have an answer for me.
C.
C. Thank you. That is correct. So what we had to do, we had to find the value of the car after it depreciated for the first year. Right? It depreciated by 20%. So we could have found 80% of that 64,000 and then use that answer to find the 10% that it would have gone down by and subtract. Okay? To find the first part, we could have also found 20% of the 64,000, then subtract it, then find the 10% again. So we had to find percentage twice. Number 21. What is my answer?
D.
D. Right? A repeat question. Remember, when our denominators are different, we find the LCM, even when it is in terms of x. Number 22. X is equal to
4D.
Thank you.
D.
Number 23. 3x squared multiplied by 2x cubed is equal to
A.
A. A. Yes, we multiply 3 by 2 and then we add our powers to get 5. Sorry. Number 24. Which of the following can define A and B? So we're going to work it, you're going to work it out. Remember how we work it out.
D as in dog.
D as in dog. Right, so we did this substitution and we need to find which one works for both. Number 25. When 8 is subtracted from a certain number and the result is multiplied by 3, the answer is 21. What is the original number?
1.
1?
I don't know. Tell me.
No. If 8 is subtracted from the number,
D as in dog.
yes, and then that result is multiplied by 3. All right. If x is -2 and y is 3 and t is equal to 2, we need to work it out. So let's do the substitution. We have -2 over 3 to the power of 2. What is my answer?
B.
B. Right? So do the substitution in order to figure out your answer. Item 27 and 28 refers to the two matrices P and Q. Number 27, what is the order of matrix Q?
A.
A. Thank you. It's a 3x4 matrix. 3 rows going across, 4 columns coming down. The determinant of P is
Miss 27 and 28 linked.
yeah. So you're using matrix P.
Yeah, miss. The kind of highlight color thing blocking me from seeing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
-2.
-2. I don't know how to move that. Right. -2, that is B. All right. If the vectors P and Q are 3, 2, and -1, 4, respectively, then P subtract 2Q is P is 3, 2, and we have to subtract 2Q. So that's 2 multiplied by -1, which will give me -2, and 2 multiplied by 4, which would give me 8. When we work it out, my answer is going to be
5, -6.
A. So that is A. Lovely. Item 30 refers to the parallelogram WXYZ. In the parallelogram, R is the midpoint of XY. Based on the information above, ZR would be equal to, take it off. If I want to go from Z to R, which of those would work?
Miss A.
A?
Yeah.
Correct. A is correct. Can everybody see how we get A?
No, miss.
All right. Let me get my pointer. Because it's a parallelogram, right? If we look at our answers, they didn't give us, they told us that R is the midpoint of XY. But in our answers, we don't have any midpoint of XY. You see that? What we
Yes, miss.
see, the midpoint is half. So we are seeing half of WZ. Because they are parallel, they will be equal. So XY would be equal to WZ. Remember, if we're going the opposite direction, it will be negative. So let us go where we would usually pass. If we were doing it, we would have gone ZW and then YR, right? In this case, that we can't go that way because they didn't give us those options. So we are now using the parallel sides, which would be ZW is the same as WX, right? So WX, and then because we are going Y to R, that is negative. So it's subtract half of WZ. So remember, in a parallelogram, the parallel sides are always equal, and that is what they played on in this question. If you were to write it out, you would have gone hair and then half of hair. Because they are using the parallel sides, we have to use these letters. Okay?
Okay, miss, thank you.
No problem. Item 31 refers to the diagram of a square and a rectangle. Square A has sides of 12 and 12, and rectangle B has sides of 9 and 16. Which of the following statements is true about the perimeter of the square and the rectangle? Perimeter, not area.
Perimeter A is less than perimeter B.
Perimeter, repeat it. Repeat your answer for me, please, love.
Perimeter A is less than perimeter B.
Perimeter A is less than perimeter B. It should mean that D is my answer. We all agree with that, right? (3,800 milliliters expressed in meters is
B.
B. 3.8. We looked at this question with different values before. The circular distance, the distance around the edge of a circular pond is 88 meters. The radius in meters would be
D.
D.
Wait, Miss, how?
I'll come in. All right. So let's think the circumference of a circle. Right? That is the distance around. So the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Right? They are telling us that the circumference is 88. So 88 would be equal to same 2 pi r. If they want us to find the radius, I am now going to divide both sides by 2 pi. So my radius is equal to 88 over 2 pi.
Okay.
Item 34 refers to the following figure, which shows a triangle resting on a square. The length of one side of the square is 5 centimeters and the height of the triangle is 4 centimeters. What is the total area? So we're going to have to find the area of the triangle and then find the area of the square and add them.
A.
A. Thank you. The area of the square would be 25 and the area of the triangle would be 10. I need to move this in order for you all to see the question. The volume in centimeters cubed of a cube with an edge of 3 centimeters. How do you find the volume of a cube? C, thank you. The area of a rectangle is 53.6 centimeters squared. If the length is multiplied by 4 and the width is halved, then the area would be
C.
C.
Is it possible to go live on?
Miss, do the work in for that for me, please.
Do the work in? Sure, no problem.
I will
Thanks.
post the recording on YouTube.
All right. So we have a rectangle. Okay. So we have a rectangle. Hold on. Right. So we know that first thing was the area of a rectangle
I see, remember? She
is
started since
length by breadth, right? So whatever was my length by
some
my
of the stuff
breadth,
should have explained
that
from
is
earlier
equal
on.
to
We should have to explain it again.
53.6 centimeters cubed. Then they said that my length is multiplied by 4 and my width, sorry, I have a B, and my width is halved, right? Okay. So therefore, if I were to work this out, so I'm going to do some cancellation, right? 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 4, 2. So I have 2 times the length times the width, which would give me 2 times the original area,
Because length by width is area.
which works out to the 107.2.
Because length by width is area. So 2 times length by width.
Miss, where you get the 41 from?
It's not 41,
No, that's
it's
L.
4L.
Oh,
4 lengths.
Because they told us that the length is multiplied by 4. So L by 4 would be 4L. And then the width is halved. So that's why I have the W divided by 2. Seeing it?
Hey, please, I'm
Yeah.
see this yet.
On leaving Trinidad, the time on a pilot's watch is 2300 hours when he arrives at his destination in the same time zone. On the next day, his watch shows 300 hours. How many hours did the flight take?
Four hours.
4 hours. My answer is A. Item 38 refers to the diagram of a trapezium. Calculate its area. This is a repeat question. Remember how we find the area of a trapezium? We have
65.
half, yes, A plus B multiplied by H, right? Where this is our A and this is our B and this is our H. Someone said the answer was 65 and that is correct. Items 39 and 40 refer to the histograph, which shows the number of children aged 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 who took part in a survey. What is the modal age?
C.
C, 7.
C.
How many students took part in the survey?
B.
Miss,
B,
you can't see the first
15.
thing. She can't see a message.
I add up the values.
I am streaming her
3
Zoom.
plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1. Number 41, what is the median of those numbers?
B.
B,
A.
Mhm. When 3 coins are tossed simultaneously, the possible outcomes are, well, H is heads, T is tails, right? So we're seeing the outcomes. They want us to find what is the probability of randomly obtaining at least 2 heads. So look at our outcomes and see how many we have where we have at least 2
4
heads. Put it over the
Half.
total
out of 1,
and give me the
2,
Miss,
answer.
4, 5, 6,
Yes,
7.
love?
4 over 8, which is a half.
I don't get that.
You don't get it? Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So they want us to find the probability that we get at least 2 heads. So we can get 2 heads or more. So let us select the options where we got 2 heads or more, right? So that's this one, 2, 3,
4.
4. Those are the 4 that has at least 2 heads, right? So those are the 4 outcomes that we could have possibly gotten out of the total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 outcomes. So when you're finding probability, always remember is the number of expected outcomes, which in this case is 4 because we are looking at the results and we have 4 of them that has at least 2 heads, right? One has 3, the other one has 2, well, the other 3 has 2 heads, 3 heads, 2 heads each, sorry. So 4 times out of the 8 tosses, we had 2 heads appearing. So when we break this down, we get,
A half.
1/2.
yes,
Okay.
the answer is C. So if a question possibly comes like this tomorrow, please God, read what they're asking you for properly. They said at least 2 heads, so it can be 2 or more. And that's why I would have underlined the ones that had 2 or more H's in the results. 600 students write an examination. The probability of a randomly selected student failing the exam is 1/5. How many students are expected to pass?
B.
B, 480
Okay.
students. Right, another repeat question that was. All right. Item 44 refers to the following diagram, which shows a cumulative frequency polygon of the length in meters of 20 fish that are caught by 2 fishermen. They want us to find the interquartile range of the lengths of the fish, sorry. All right, firstly, before we begin solving anything, what is the interquartile range? How do I find interquartile range? Anybody? How do I find it?
Pressure. Anybody on the live now?
Nobody?
Isn't it half of the total number?
Mm-mm.
That's not it.
No, 3/4 minus a quarter. Like
Right.
3/4 is
Okay.
frequency minus a quarter is frequency.
Right. So quartile 3 subtract quartile 1, right? So that's 3/4, and this would be 1/4. All right, but what does that mean for my graph? How do I calculate that? If it's 20 meters and I need to find 3/4 of 20, where am I looking at?
15.
15. So, okay. So my first step would be to find 15 in the cumulative frequency, come across, touch my graph, and then come, oh gosh, my line crooked, sorry. And then come down. right? And this value would be the length that I'm about to subtract, right? So let's figure out what that value is. If I have,
You know,
so let me
fan
zoom
club.
in. So we know it's between 3 and 4, but it's going to be 3 point how much?
7.
7, yeah. 3.7.
I was saying 3.7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go with what you're saying. 3.7. And then we need to do the same thing for Q1.
5.
5. Lovely. So find 5. We draw in our line, touch our graph, and then come down. What we have? 1 point how much?
1.2.
1.2,
So it will be 2.5C.
right? So 2.5, and our answer is C. Everybody okay?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, miss.
All right. Number 45, which of the following best illustrates a function?
C?
If we are looking at something that in order for it to be considered a function, it can only be mapped onto one. It can only go one place. So if you look at A, the second one is going 2 places, definitely not a function. B, third one also 2 places, not a function. C, second one going 3 places, no. But D, each element of the first circle is mapped onto only one in the second circle, making that the best illustration of a function. All right?
Yeah, miss.
The equation of the line that passes through the point 0,5 and has a gradient of 4.
C.
C. Right? Because the equation of a line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient. Item 47 refers to the diagram of a number line. The graph of the inequality in the diagram is defined by, we have an open circle and the arrow pointing to the left. What is that?
Less than
X is less than how much?
1.
1.
Right, X is less than 1. So my answer is A. Right. Item 48 refers to the straight line graph. They want us to find the gradient of AB. Remember, gradient is rise over run. Gradient, rise over run. So what is my rise? How much am I going up from A to B? 2.
3?
And my run, how much am I going across? I'm going across 4. Break that down, my gradient is a half. Can you all see that? This is my rise. And this is my run. Okay? It went up 2 spaces, went across 4. My answer is D. $49. If f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 1, then f of negative 3 would be equal to so we're substituting here. Wherever I see x in the function, I am replacing it with negative 3. So I have 2, open brackets, negative 3 squared minus 1. So that's 2 by
Maybe D.
9 minus 1.
18.
18 subtract 1 is 17. My answer is C. All right. Item 50 refers to the graph of a quadratic function. They want us to state the maximum point on the graph. Maximum point
D.
on the graph. D.
D.
Thank you. 2,
D.
4. Thank you. What is the gradient of the straight line? 2y is equal to negative 3x subtract 8.
E.
What's the equation of a line number? Don't I need to divide by 2?
B.
E.
B.
Thank you. Item 52 refers to the following arrow diagram, which shows a function f. Which of the following best describes the function? What is the relationship between x and y?
A.
Thank you. Each exterior angle of a regular polygon is 60 degrees. Then the polygon is a
Hexagon. C.
C. That is correct. Remember, the sum of the external angles are 360 degrees. So if we were to work it out, let's think about it, and we had to multiply the amount of sides by 60 for each of them, whichever one gave us 360 degrees would be our answer, which is 6 by 60 is 360. We okay? Yes. Item 54 refers to the following diagram. In the diagram, A, B, and C, D are parallel. Which of the following best describes the relationship between x and y?
Miss A.
A, they are equal. Item 55 refers to the diagram of an isosceles triangle. In the triangle, the value of x is
120.
120.
120. Thank you. Add the two angles that we know, we get 60 subtracted from 180. 120 degrees. The image of a point P under the translation 3 4 is so if I'm at 2, 3, and I am moving this point 3 spaces right and 4 spaces up, where would I end up?
A.
We're now multiplying, we're moving the point. If I, okay, so
Miss
let me
B.
nope.
C.
D.
E.
Yes, D, but D. So look at this. I'm doing a makeshift thing here. This is 0, -1, -2. 1, 2, 3, all right, 4. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and my first point is at -2, 3. So that's here, right? That's P. And I am moving P 3 places to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. So now I'm somewhere here. So I know that definitely it is going to be 1 on the X. And then I need to move 4 places up. So from here I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I am now here at 1, 7. Can you all see that?
Yes, miss.
Right? Someone would have multiplied just now to give me the answer. Don't multiply, add. Right? If we were to add 2, -2 and 3, we would have gotten 1. If we were to add 3 and 4, we would have gotten 7. Item 57 refers to the following diagram of 2 straight lines. In the diagram above, the line CD is the image of AB. All right. After, what happened? What happened to the line? Is it a rotation to 90 degrees? At the center, is it a reflection on the y-axis? Is it a translation or a reflection on the x-axis? What do we think it is?
A reflection in the y-axis.
A reflection in the y-axis. The answer is B. Item 58 refers to the pair of similar triangles. The area of triangle ABC is 20 centimeters. What would be the area of triangle MNO in centimeters squared?
10.
You sure?
2.5.
0.5.
3.3.
Or let's just guess it now. The answer is 5. Why is the answer 5? Because when we are thinking similar triangles, so we can see that the scale factor is 2, right? The regular scale factor of the 2 triangles is 2, right? Yes? So the scale factor for area is going to be 2 squared, which is 4. So 20 divided by 4 is, if it was a shape where you were given volume, the scale factor for volume would have been the cube of the scale factor. Okay? Hence they emphasized centimeters squared here. You're squaring the scale factor. All right, you all just noticed that the scale factor was 2 and you all divided by 2, the area by 2. That's not how it works. Item 59 refers to the diagram which shows an enlargement OAB A prime, OB, B prime, and OC, C prime are straight lines. A triangle ABC is mapped onto triangle A prime, B prime, C prime by an enlargement with the center 0. What is the scale factor of enlargement?
2, C,
C. All right, and question 60 in the diagram. Item 60 refers to the diagram, the following diagram. The diagram above, not drawn to scale, shows the angle of depression of a point X from Z is 30 degrees. If X is 10 meters from Y, the height of YZ in meters is
A.
A. Everybody seeing how she got A?
Oh,
No? Okay. So if,
Let's explain.
yeah, I'm going to explain it. So if the angle of depression is 30 degrees here, that means that this angle here is also 30 degrees, right? We have a right angle triangle and we're trying to find this length. So this would be my opposite and this is my adjacent. So therefore, I am using tan of that 30 degrees is equal to my opposite over my adjacent. So if I am finding the opposite, it would be 10 by tan 30. Seeing it?
Let's get to do over question 58.
Over question 58.
I'm just watching Alpha, but
Okay.
I believe this is about to finish now. I think this should be last paper.
So in question 58, we can see that between triangles A, B, C, and triangles M, N, O, the scale factor is 2, right? You see that?
Yeah, miss.
Right. So if the scale factor is 2, then that does not mean that the scale factor for the area of the triangles is 2. The scale factor for the area, so area scale factor, is the square, which is 2 squared of, which is 4, right? So think of it as whatever your scale factor is, when you're thinking of the length, the regular triangle is 2. But for area, it is going to be 2 squared. So if it was 3, the area scale factor would have been 3 squared, which is 9, right? Because the triangle, the area of ABC is 20, to find the area of MNO, we are not dividing by the 2, we have to divide by the scale factor for area. So 20 divided by 4 would give us 5.
Okay, thanks, miss.
No problem.
Miss,
Yes, love?
the question paper, we will be able to work out the questions on it, or we are not
Like how
allowed?
I writing up on the paper here?
Yeah.
Yeah, write on the paper. Yes, you can write on the paper. Do you all have any questions?
They said they didn't do 59 and 60.
Yes.
Really?
Where you was?
It's right here.
59. And I work out
Oh.
60.
Oh, okay.
Right. How are y'all feeling? Are y'all okay?
Yes, miss.
All right.
Miss, I'm not feeling confident.
Please.
I'm not feeling confident. But I'll get through.
Who said I'm not feeling confident? Why are you not feeling confident? You want another paper? You want us to do another paper that will build your confidence?
No. Miss, no, I just
Come on.
I'll
Look
get
at
over it.
papers we did. Look at how many repeats there were. Even in the papers where it wasn't straight repeats, it was the same questions, kind of worded differently. You don't have anything to worry about.
Miss, you could do one more now.
What? One more.
Paper.
A whole paper. You're not tired? You don't want to go and sleep?
No.
She had enough sleep this morning.
Mr. send the solutions in the group chat, right?
Let me download them to
Miss,
send them.
how come you didn't do 2026?
2020. January?
January.
Yeah.
Oh, I really did focus on the June papers. That's why I started from 2025. The only paper that I did January for was 2020. Hold on. I am going to download the papers to send them for you. I wish you all the best tomorrow. Please God, you all will be fine. Do not go and overthink it. Read what they give you properly. That's the biggest thing I have with you all. Read the questions properly. Do not see something that looks familiar and just answer what you remember. Actually read to see if the question changed at all. Okay?
And guys, if you really can't answer the question, you really don't know what to do anymore, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Do not eeny, meeny, miny. Oh my goodness.
That's the best solution. Oh my God.
If you look at the question,
Miss, I know that it actually worked with you.
it does not work all the time.
Miss, it worked. Miss, I did it and get the question correct.
Hey, that was one off.
No.
Most of the time the answer is C, you know.
No. Don't go with that most of the well, you're trying to frustrate me. Do not go with that most of the time.
Miss, it actually
No. If you really look at the trends of CSEC past paper answers, you actually sit down and you count them. They are usually
Miss, let's put it to the test. Miss, go on a random paper and let's do any minimum.
Okay.
Let's see if we get the answer.
Sure, no problem. Okay. Hold on. That's too easy.
Wow.
What paper is this? All right. Do item 36.
Now, Miss, you should be the one doing it, Miss.
No,
Miss,
only
it's
one
not
C.
do any mini miny more and give me the answer.
C, the answer is C.
It's not
You want to say the answer is over C, Miss?
C.
Wait.
So, Miss, what is the answer?
Yeah, Miss, I get C2 when I do any mini miny
The
more.
answer is C. Miss, you just prove me right there. You prove me
Do
right
not
there.
any miny more.
So, see,
If the answer is C, this question wasn't the question that I given you, right? The answer is C.
See, you see, Miss. Yeah.
Okay.
It is an option. That if you actually don't know.
The answer is actually
don't
C,
know the
though.
questions. Those. If you know the
Number
answer.
30.
Number 30.
Yes. When 6 is added to a number and the sum is divided by 3, the result is 4.
Miss, the answer is A.
The answer is A, but I bet you didn't get a
Yes,
mini.
I know do down and get A.
Yeah, miss. It's eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Do not eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Recording
So,
stopped.
please. Okay?
What do you recommend then, miss?
I recommend you work out the question. Read what they give you.
Alright, y'all, on the live. Are coming off now, right?
Okay?
Miss, suppose you don't know the question, like you don't know it none at all. What
All
should
the
you do?
best tomorrow. Please do not eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Just pick a
All right.
random.
Analyze it.
Thank you.
But imagine
I recommend.
imagine you
So, like, if
analyzing
you really, really don't
So,
know.
that.
Like,
Okay, my
try to make sense
point.
of it for
I don't know
intelligent
talk
guess.
over them.
All right. So if you look at any multiple
But you know,
choice
we have 2 questions that are real wrong.
paper, it could be
I think we
mathematics,
need those
physics,
2
anybody.
first.
When examiners are when people are doing
Yeah, we have
assessments
50-50
for
after.
multiple choice, it is done like this. We have 2 answers that are definitely wrong.
See, same thing she's saying.
2 answers that are definitely wrong. The correct answer and an answer that would
Kinda
make
tricky.
you think it's the correct answer.
Exactly that.
So
Exactly
if you definitely
that.
don't know what to do,
Yes, I'll be posting
try
the
to
recording.
see how best you can figure out which 2 makes no sense at all, and the 2 that could be the possible answer, work it out.
Exactly that.
I'm going to say any mini miny those 2, but don't do any mini miny at all, please.
Alright, told you. I'm coming off the
It
live
is not
now.
proven that any mini miny works.
When this recording is ready, I'll upload this recording. I may
Okay.
upload this live, but when the full recording of the entire class is ready, I'll upload that as well. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your
You'll have a
night.
great night. Get some rest.
All the best tomorrow.
Say your prayers.
Miss, watch my message in the chat, babe.
I am not buying orchard for you to buy orchard for me. I tired.
Wow.
Miss, me also a message you, miss.
Miss, so when you buy an orchard, I could get a
Enjoy your night too, miss.
Thank you, love. All right, guys.
Mr.
Some
Miss.
rest.
Miss,
Yes,
leave it us.
Miss, you don't know we still be on that.
Some
All
Miss,
the best guys.
Miss,
yes.